Here, a few days after Thanksgiving, we are blessed to be with the Island Park Fire Department. Charlie, welcome to the show, and thank you for being with us.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Harvey?
I'm great. And Harvey, I mentioned before that the firefighters are true heroes. Why don't you expand on that with your history being a firefighter?
Volunteers. People only knew, and I had a little difficulty in the state of New York. But I want you to know, and I share this publicly, that I got the highest award. It's called the Golden Trumpet Award, given by FASD, Fire Association State of New York, for being able to get a volunteer firefighter who died while on the line of duty on a Sunday morning. He was in a firehouse, had an accident, lost his life. It took me 6 years to get him on the wall in New York State, because people upstate just don't understand that 99%, the only paid fire department on Long Island, taking care of millions of people, happens to be Long Beach now. Garden City, they just retired to pay firefighters. But these are people who dedicate their life to the health and safety of all their residents that live there. Nobody is more honorable and more caring, and also put themselves in harm's way than our firefighter services, especially on Long Island. So, being an honorary chief of the 2nd Battalion, that's our whole area, and many other departments, I can never say enough, and I say it very sincerely, how many lives are saved, the prevention, the education, and the resources that they provide for their communities. People just could not afford to get and pay for what these gentlemen and family, and then women both, do for their communities. God bless them, and I'm thankful for the wonderful people that serve the firefighters on Long Island.
Charlie, well said. And when I think of the firefighters in this community, I think about how you guys were so instrumental after Hurricane Sandy, how the way you helped rebuild this community, helped so many families. Talk about your impact after Hurricane Sandy in this community.
As with everybody, our houses were all destroyed. Everybody, guys were all down at the firehouse. They didn't have time to do their own houses, and they had their private jobs they had to attend to. It was a lot of give and take from everybody. But Island Park, as well as Long Beach and the rest of the South Shore, everybody survived, rebuilt, and Harvey was there through the whole thing with everybody. He's always been there for a good many years that I know, in fire service supporting us, and to this day he's still here.
Yeah, well, Harvey is all about community. 67 years of public service, and now he has a beautiful book. But I know his time as a firefighter is one of the most special times of his life, and I know it's like it defines the great work that you guys do in the community, and how special you guys and how important you guys are in the community.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we're important. Everybody puts their heart into it. We all worked, our private lives, our private jobs, and managed to make time for the fire service too. Volunteer. We're always looking for new members, and again, we're just there for our communities.
And Harvey, they do a great job, don't they? You can't say enough of the great work the firefighters do.
Especially Island Park. My son lives there, and he tells me about all his own neighbors and all the people that live in the area, how blessed and how thankful and grateful they are for the good things that these firefighters, that these volunteers, going into people's houses and helping them maintain some kind of quality of life, or being there to help them in anything they need. That's what I was going to say. That's what Long Beach is all about. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember when we started this community show back in 2010, and one of the first stories we ever did was a story about a fire in Long Beach, where a woman had an autistic son that didn't speak, and it was burning fire, and 3 firefighters went in and saved the woman and the child, got them out safely, and to this day they have a special bond. And to me, that's what this community, Island Park, Long Beach, is all about.
Like you said, that's what we do. It's no heroism or any of that. It's what we do. All the department members, Long Beach, Island Park, One Lookout, Oceanside, everybody in the volunteer fire service. It's what we do.
I would like government, county, town of Hampstead, all the schools that are available, we make it more available for these people who volunteer to be able to get an education at a reasonable cost, because actually they serve the needs of all people. And education is a priority, especially for them and their families. So I think that higher education should really think about having an availability of some kind of scholarships for our men and women who serve as volunteers.
Let's talk about, hopefully this video can inspire others to volunteer. Talk about what people would get out of volunteering for the fire department, and let's give them a reason why they should volunteer. But I think it's a great idea.
What you get out of it, it's your own personal self-satisfaction that you get out of it. Monetary wise, I'm not going to get into any of that. All right, you would have to come to the local firehouse and speak to the chiefs of the departments for any of that information. All right, but it's really for all of us. It's just a personal self-satisfaction we get out of it. Monetary money, we don't get paid. It's volunteer.
Awesome, thank you. Charlie, I know it's food you served. I want to thank you so much for your service and continue the great work. And happy Thanksgiving and happy healthy New Year, and thanks again.
You too.
And
Happy holidays to everybody.
And once again, we're going to give the final word to the legendary, the icon, Harvey Weisenberg. Harvey, you got the final word.
Final word is that these men are being very humble here, saying they don't, but they do. The rewards of their job are the thank yous you get. And they get many thank yous throughout the community for the good things that they do. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
All right.